A very remorseful Casey Crowther told me it felt good to accept responsibility. He told me he felt the pain of this months ago, not here in the courthouse. He also said that he expected something to happen to him, and today he found out that he would need to leave his family, friends, his 3 children to go to prison for more than 3 years. And this is what's left of that scary situation that left that man dead. This is the glass shattered from the windows of the car where they found him shot to death. That blue car was taken away this morning, but clearly a lot more gunfire. Take a look at these bullet holes left behind from everything that happened this morning. 2 weeks ago, I would be waiting in the canal here. A few months ago, the family here docked their boat. Now a boat would likely get stuck high and dry, even in a canal here. 2 of those boys walked down to the curb here to take out the trash. That's when the neighbor across the street started yelling and eventually pulled out a gun. Police say they found the gun in a trash compactor. Where that trash compactor is located, as you can see, is redacted. But what we can see is where that car slammed into the building. But if you take a look behind me, this is still a very active scene. You can see the crime scene tape here is up, and those policemen are right behind us. On this side, you can see that algae green coating the water, and it smells pretty bad. But over here where they've put that product, the white you see on top of the water, it's already starting to kill that green algae, and it doesn't smell quite so bad. After a very long year, so many people we spoke to told us they just want to see family. Family they haven't gotten to hug and hold for months now. Let's show you the route that driver took. You can see the tire marks still right here. He went up over these ropes, over all of these rocks, hit this sign. You can see it's still bent there. Cars are trying to go through, but they have to go through really slowly, just trying to get through safely. But if you go through quickly, we've seen cars just spray water onto each other, so you really can't see when you do that. Another reason to go through safely. Now look at the man who created a traffic nightmare out here. The man who drove straight through this fence. The man who landed his sedan in this retention pond. And we saw them right here. And this is what I want you to pay attention to. Earlier today in our morning shows, I couldn't show you this road or that median. There was way too much water. Another person, God, I hope it's not true. You are my best friend, the one I ran to when things got hard for me. And another, rest in peace, Kathy. I will miss seeing your smiling face. You and your son were taken and will be greatly missed. Clearly, a lot of people in Southwest Florida thinking of that family tonight. You're close to downtown, the water, the farmers market even, and you're close to Edison Mall, shopping right there, or hopping on the interstate. You're also able to help turn this vacant lot into something important for the city's growth. This is such a difficult situation for detectives. They said they are investigating, but they're also grieving with the family who lost their child. We rarely hear this perspective. This brother told us what happened here. One family nearly shot as the result of mental illness gone unchecked, and his worst fear came true. He shot at a car with a family, a 5-year-old inside.
He just shot my car.
He shot at 2 more cars in Naples.
He's shot, right? He's shooting, right?
Okay, he's shooting.
He is Jonathan Blank, Josh Blank's younger brother, but not the brother he remembers and loves.
It's really felt like I've lost my brother, not at this moment in time, but over the last 3 or 4 years, it's been a slow decline.
Blank says his brother struggles with mental illness. For his family, every day is scary.
You can't force help on people.
He doesn't understand why his brother is hurting, why he's capable of hurting others.
I just wanted him to be safe, and I wanted the people around him to be safe.
Josh Blank's fear became very real this last weekend.
He just shot at us. He didn't do anything. We were just driving. I'm shaking. I'm driving down. I just got shot at driving.
Jonathan Blank was no stranger to police, but knew what to say to make them go away.
Sounds like all they were able to do was ask him if he was a threat to other people, if he was planning on hurting himself, if he was having a mental health crisis. And if you just deny that, then nothing happens.
Despite the pain, he says a brother's love is unconditional.
It's been tough, though. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Josh told me he hopes his brother's story brings awareness to the need for more mental health resources for law enforcement, because he said he knows his family isn't the only one struggling. Pressure on all sides. First, Lee County told them no more panhandling at busy intersections just like this one over the bridge. Now they want them to move out from their tents right behind this old shopping center. Why? Safety concerns both times. Most of us will do just about anything to protect our homes, our families. That's true here with this group of homeless people in North Fort Myers.
The biggest problem is all of us trying to stay together.
This lot behind a long shut down strip mall is not comfortable or conventional or even legal. But Gracie Lash says this is still a neighborhood.
There's Jessica and Joe, there's Jose's tent, Jose and Harmony's tent. Rico is the one that just walked past, that was his tent.
Lee County wants these people out for safety concerns. So Gracie and Jessica and Joe have got to go.
Here we go, we have to move them again. Now what do you think happens? That hope gets crushed.
Hope and help comes from Lee County's Homeless Outreach Treatment, or HOT teams, and caring people like Lucy Ramirez. She donates her time to get to know the people and the problems they face.
I mostly gave them love. I'm going to feed them lunch today. Some recommendations of where they can go, where they won't be on somebody else's property.
Some people have packed up their tents already. Gracie, she's going to wait on the rest of her family.
Yeah, it's just like real hard right now.
The Lee County Sheriff's Office told me there is no deadline for people to leave, but those HOT teams I mentioned have been out here and will be out here working to get people out.
Anika, you've been following this all week. The jury just read the verdict 15 minutes ago.
And it took the jury less than an hour to decide guilty on all charges, and the charges those families were listening for their boys, 2 counts of second-degree murder. Did Elwood Robinson murder 2 teenage boys, shoot them in the head, hurt and terrify their friends? Robinson said he did.
I pulled the trigger. And that's what I'm saying. I pulled the trigger. I squeezed it.
But he said he did only after hours in the interrogation room in November 2018.
They didn't make it. I still believe you. I'm scared. It happened that fast.
Robinson heard his words again today, the final day of his trial, and so did the jury.
I didn't shoot nobody. I can tell you that right now. I didn't shoot nobody. I didn't shoot nobody. Didn't do anything wrong.
But listening went slowly, painfully, for family. Robinson at first denied everything, even blamed the teenagers at the bonfire in the woods near Olga.
I don't know what these kids are saying. To cover their.
But then he comes around, admits he showed up, pulled the trigger. But Robinson said he was just trying to help.
It was an accident, man. No, it was an accident. That's what it was. And it's true. Like I said, I'm trying to help somebody. Some damn kids.
Now, Robinson won't be sentenced until at least August, but those families squeezed hands, clapped, and cried after waiting more than 2 years for this moment.
This was right after she had Erica.
When we lose loved ones, we cling to our memories. Erica never got to know her mom.
It's not easy telling a child that their mother was murdered, so up until I was like 18, I didn't know. They just said she got sick and died.
Her family thought they were doing the right thing, not telling Erica someone killed her mom, Colleen Eglin, and that someone still out there.
Spend time with my dad, and he finally broke down and gave me the newspaper clipping and kind of explained to me, that she had been murdered.
Her aunts told me all Colleen wanted was to be a mom.
She had a heck of a time getting pregnant with Erica. But when she did, she was just so excited.
The first time I seen Erica was at her graduation, since she was 3 years old. I couldn't talk to her on the phone, because it just broke my heart.
I know her hair was always crazy, so my hair is always crazy. So I know we had that similarity. But I really think that a lot of hers is in me.
Colleen was found here a day before her 26th birthday, 31 years ago.
That's more important than Christmas to me, to celebrate her birthday, because Christmas hasn't been the same since.
So much time to miss this sister, this mom, no matter the circumstances.
I deserve to be here to watch me grow up and live my life and, you know, be a part of my family when that comes one day. And I just feel like it's unfair that it's been 31 years and my family still doesn't have any answers or, you know, any closure.
And it's unfair that there's someone out there who got away with murder. Anika Henanger, Wink News, now.